Hi, this is my sport tourism discussion response. I'm going to answer questions 2 and 4, and number 2 is why has nostalgia sport tourism become popular in recent years? I'm going to answer this mostly from, or a lot of this from my personal take on it. Um, I do believe there's a lot more of history being brought up with how far we've come in all the sports. So, say how far football and baseball have come since it first started. Uh, there's such a long history of the sport that makes you want to go back and look, and it's almost hard to realize that this game used to be at that point where they didn't play with any protective equipment, or the football looked like this, or the baseball had a completely different structure to it, or stuff like that. There's no 3 point line in a basketball game. Um, I think with simple stuff like that, and just Hall of Fame, with how easy it is to bring up stats nowadays, that you get into the World Series or the Super Bowl and they say this is the first team since 1918 that scored 3 touchdowns at their home field or something like that. And they're able to bring that up within 18 seconds of the play happening and have it readily accessible, I think is a huge advantage for a plus from where we are now, but still being able to bring that nostalgia from so long ago. Like, this is the first team uh, in the Cardinals organization that has won back to back, whatever, you know what I'm getting at. And I definitely think, excuse me, with how much history is being reproduced now and being repopulated, that people can't help but want to go see the Hall of Fame, or want to go see, the people that they grew up watching already, and they're already in the Hall of Fame, or they're in whatever, or their stadium that they grew up watching is used as a relic now. And going into the next question, how I think sport tourism will change over the next 10 years, I think it'll have a type of nostalgia to it, but more or less how much technology is going to come into the question. And I think this is going to be more of, say, how the stadiums are built. I think with how much technology there is being built and how they're structured, there are already sights to see when you're inside them, but what's going on outside the ballpark? What are they doing differently? How are they how do they stand out? And I think both the Rams and the Raiders' new stadiums are perfect examples of that. That they have, one has a roof, but it's all of glass, and the design of it looks like the Rams' old logo. The Raiders is just a phenomenon in itself, with its design, the feats that they have inside of it, how they're able to portray Raiders while having a stadium is pretty cool. And I think more of um, tourism for the stadiums, and what those can bring, what those can provide as an entertainment value, is definitely going to lead more sport tourism over the next 10 years than anything.